Doing what the heart calls you to do is never easy, however, necessary. Your colors inside are calling you. It's a low whisper, never loud. Can you hear it? We get caught in a race. We give up who we want to be to pursue what life tells us to be. We go to school, get an education, ill prepared for real life in the grand scheme of things. What happened to our creativity? We get caught in a race of what we have to do to survive, programmed, instead of putting our trust in God and following His plan leading towards our purposeful journey. Life is a blank canvas and you hold the paintbrush. You create the life you want through commitment, persistence, discipline, and most of all, knowing oneself and feeling your way through. What would you do if you know you couldn't fail? God said, I'll meet you halfway, but you must do the work. What is a diamond with no heat or pressure applied? What is a goal without a vision? Don't be selfish. Think about how many people crawled so you could walk. Someone's great-great-great-grandparent had a vision that no matter what they would endure, not for self but for generations to come. That bloodline member is you. You are bound for greatness through your DNA. It is in you to pass the torch. Remember that child in you, that child that didn't know failure, that child that didn't know fear, that child that didn't suppress their dreams or thoughts no matter how far out. Remind yourself each day that you have a child in you ready to express. How can we tell our children to pursue their highest dreams when we aren't doing the same? How will we know how to identify with the feeling of power, not force, when we haven't tried ourselves? And what happens when we don't pursue? The opposite of light is darkness. We turn gray inside and lose that spark that we once possessed. We sacrifice our dreams and true aspirations for a life of internal bondage. Don't let this happen to you. Don't let that child in you down. For when we live in our colors, our truth, we inspire others to let their light shine and the cycle continues. You never know who you will touch. You never know who needs to see your journey, hear your story. So just do it. You have a purpose on this side. Your colors are calling you from the inside. The most vibrant self, the highest self. Lead from your heart, not your mind. Jeremiah 29:11 states, For I know the plans I have for you, declared the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Your colors are calling you. Can you hear it? The reds, the blues, the greens, and all the colors in between. The universal love ties us together like independent colors, making a beautiful rainbow. If you came across this, take this as your sign. Your canvas is blank. Here's your paintbrush. Take a step and watch God take two. Diamonds been forever. Now express.
Alright. Here we go. Okay, so what was your first speaking engagement? Where was that?
My first speaking engagement. My first speaking engagement was in elementary. My kids go to that school.
Ooh.
So like, it's funny though, cause I ended up coming there because a boy was actually bothering my daughter on the bus. That's what made me like come to the school initially, and then from that point I talked to the student liaison, and I think she's seen like how passionate of a dad I was.
Mm-hmm.
That like she invited me to the Donuts for Dads, which was coincidentally probably like in a couple weeks from when I came to the school, and then from that point like she realized I was an author, and that was just like a big thing for her. She realized I was an author, so she put me on the program.
How did she realize that?
I mean, I told her, like, I just told her, like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think if I told her or, matter of fact, I may have just said something. Like, I don't really think it was, like, I don't think I was, like,
intentional about it.
It
probably came up in conversation or something.
Yeah. So I think it just was because, like, she already was on the Donuts for Dads. I'm a dad coming there advocating for my daughter. And then I said, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how it came up, but I ended up getting on the Donuts for Dad program. And then ended up doing that. And I'm coming back talking to, like, the kaleidoscope. Elementary was, like, my first, you know what I'm saying? Like, with the parents and the kids. Yeah.
Have you been to, all right, so that's your kid's school. That's cool to do. That's kind of like home team. You go there all the time. How did you get into going into the other schools to being able to talk to the kids? Was it something that you went out and, hey, can I come and talk to your kids, or were they starting to reach out to you?
I mean, it's kind of a little bit of both. Since I was still in like my first year, it was a lot of still promotion. You know what I'm saying? That's why I mentioned them, because they was the bridge. Because from there, like, they plugged me up with like a lot of the other schools in like Charleston County. So Charleston County was taken care of like on that like entry tip. Now I did go to St. Andrews too, which wasn't entries like network. So like I reached out to them just because I went to that school. I thought that'd be cool to give back. Everybody else, like the different like out of states, it really just came from me like reaching out, or like a mutual person that I knew that lived out of state that knew like a conference or like a school or something going on.
Hold on, you've been going to schools out of states with the book?
Oh yeah.
You've been on a tour? You've been on a book tour the whole time?
We've been running.
Yo, that is hard. That's hard.
Yeah, we've been running.
That's hard.
That's what I'm saying. Like in the nowadays, I'm gonna say in the nowadays, like, man, what detailing was the route. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Detailing was the route that allowed like Snatchy, my mascot, to actually have like, you know what I'm saying, a presence. Like it always been about the kids, and it always been about just pushing like something a little bigger. You know what I'm saying? So from like, I don't know, like getting into schools, man, just seeing those kids, man, that's the light. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm gonna keep doing that. Like you said, the animation, it's on the way. I've actually had some samples that I got like this year from a couple different resources. So the animation on the way, you know what I'm saying? It's taking all its time with it.
Ooh, are you still like if a school were to call you right now today, hey, we need you for a certain function, are you still going out and going to schools actively, like right now?
I mean, yeah, for a fee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for a fee.
Oh
now.
yeah.
Yeah. We in that now. Like the first couple of months was like promotion and just kind of getting the name out there, let everybody know like exactly what we do. From now, we pull up. Price point.
Oh yeah, come on with the price point. Yeah. My dog, you literally set yourself up for another stream of income just by basically being obedient.
That's all I'm trying to do.
Boy, my dog done. So that thing putting some money in your pocket, but I mean, oh man. Alright, let's get into it. You were saying this year has been pretty transformative.
Yeah, so it put money in your pocket for sure. But, you know what I'm saying, like, we got other financial obligations that, like, sometimes you don't think about, that if you don't handle, like, on the front end, they will come bite your ass on the back end. So, we already know entrepreneurship hard as it is. Like we said earlier, like, you have weeks where you might make, like, say, 5 bands, you know, and then you might have weeks where you might not make, like, anything. So, like, taking that in consideration, plus, like, we can call it the financial RICO. A financial RICO.
A RICO?
Push you in survival mode to the highest level.
Survival mode, and I don't think people understand. Survival mode is different when you broke and when you're an entrepreneur.
Most of all, survival mode for an entrepreneur or a creative, it doesn't allow you to create. And when a creative can create, like, that's damn near like goddamn taking a bottle away from a goddamn baby.
Yeah.
You feel me? So survival mode already as it is just like its own like burden. But specifically for a creative who like needs to create, yeah, that's recipe for depression.
I was just saying, today I literally just posted the same thing you said. If I was listening to an interview by Erykah Badu, and Tabitha Brown said it too. They were like, creatives need to create, or they will get sick and die.
Yeah,
like it's no lie. You hear people talk about it all the time. People who cannot create, I don't know what it is, and it's like, and nobody really understands that except for other creatives who've been through that.
I know it because we get like a hit off of, like, we think about an idea that's for us it's innovative, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we actually bring it into this realm, like we get like a dopamine rush off of that, and I actually like that shit, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather be creative than bland, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather be colorful than black and white, you know what I'm saying? So like, that's how I want to live my life, and that shit do come with a cost though, because you gotta be able to support your creative, so you're able to keep on creating, you feel me?
Yeah, that's a lot of things that happen. That's why a lot of creatives, they do a lot of different jobs, because they a lot of people can't stay in those environments for too long.
Yeah.
You know. So how was that? I guess, well, how did you kind of navigate not being able to create? Like, what did you do in lieu of that?
Distract myself.
Well, what?
I mean, if I in those times I couldn't create, I mean, I wasn't aware that I wasn't creating until you already like 10 toes into like distraction, and you realize that you paying the distraction more attention than your creative state. You know what I'm saying? So like, for me, distractions will come about with like social media. Like, instead of creating, like, I'm like consuming. You feel me? And then I say another one would just be looping in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you start to get into like a negative swing of things, like not creating, it's just like shit. Once you get in that negative loop, like sometimes it take creation and take you out that negative loop. But if you're not able to create, shit,
you stuck, boy. That's where the sickness comes in.
Yeah.
That's where the sickness comes in. And a lot of people don't understand. That's probably where a lot of people are mentally ill. You know, a lot of people that are homeless, they probably really creative. Like, there's been movies about it. Jamie Foxx did a movie about a guy, I guess he was homeless, but he could really play the violin very well, you know? And that's, I think, because people aren't able to support their creative juices, because I mean, you know, we got inflation and all kind of stuff. The cost of living is constantly going up.
Yeah.
People are not, there's not enough time in the day for somebody to work a full-time job and a part-time job to be able to pay for their apartment and stuff like that. They got to pay all of that, and they probably barely get to be in the apartment. They working so much.
Yeah.
So you got to think about that. And then there's a lot of people that don't even know to make money off of their creativity.
But see, that's my job. See, that's my life. You know what I'm saying? See, like, I'm going through this fire, and I'm gonna consistently go through this fire. And I feel like I've already found peace with this for my journey, like, because I need other people to see it. Like, if they don't see that it's obtainable, some people will never know that they could do it. So I'm willing to go through the fire. I'm willing to be like the guinea pig. You feel me? I'm gonna go through it. Now, this year right here, that shit burned more than I ever felt before. But to come back on the other side of it, to know that it was transformative instead of like something to destroy me, it keep me on the path to like, I need to do this for my people. It don't take a lot to make me satisfied. You feel me? Like, I like what I like, but like, I'm a real simple person. Like, I want people to know that they have it in them too. And the only way I can do that is by walking with God and doing it myself. And hopefully I'm not gonna reach everybody, but if I can reach 2 or 3 people, shit, that third person might be like it, you know what I'm saying? That could reach 1 million, then I did my job. That's just how I live my life, for sure.
How because I know you were saying you were transformed in so many ways in this year. Walk me through that. Like, when did that start? When did you notice, like, oh, I'm doing a lot of that? I know you were probably doing a lot of shaving things off, shaving people off. You said you had distractions going on. So what got you back on track to where you like, I'm transforming everything and coming out a new person? Like,
See, I think sometimes we like to be in control of those things, but all the time when God said it's the time, it's the time. So I honestly, like, shit, I didn't ask for the transformation. You know what I'm saying? Transformation started January of 2025. And I ain't gonna lie, like, I always had this thing, like, I don't know if it was like end of the year or new beginning of the year anxiety, but it might have correlated with me doing like a year end type of reflection. There's something that I always do, like writing based, you know what I'm saying? Like it'll be an end of the year reflection. But when I would do that, and something used to mess with me from 11:59 to 12 o'clock the next year. You know what I'm saying? Something used to mess with me, like, and I think like,
what do you mean?
It used to mess with me in a way to where like used to make you realize that this your life. And I'm gonna keep it blunt. A lot of people talk like, I want this and one day I'll have this and XYZ. I'm gonna keep that shit straight. If you ain't doing emotion towards that, you're absolutely not going to have everything that you think you're going to have. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of people like having this like wishful thinking mindset. You know what I'm saying?
No words.
So for myself, I think like it was like 2024 to 2025 shift, and I think for that made me start running on a hamster wheel. It made me say like, okay, I see the direction that my life is going, but like ultimately is it going the way that I wanted to go, like in the long term? Like, am I doing the things that needed? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we get caught in just the everyday life. That's why people be fucked up, and that's why people like don't get where they need to get at, because it's always, I could do it tomorrow, I can do it tomorrow, I can do it tomorrow. Like there ain't too much. Tomorrow's a mirage. You feel me? So I feel like sometime I feel like sometime in January, like I start running on the hamster wheel, and I guess that might have been God's intention. But like, it's like everything that I knew, I started to question. Like my detailing business is going good, but do I really want to be in this van till I'm like so and so? You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that started to happen. And it was like, okay, so the book coming out, like, all right, dead ass, like, what you about to do with this book type of stuff? So it's like, intentionally, my whole thought process started to change. And like, what is starting to change, don't get me wrong, like, this year it was rewarding, you know what I'm saying? Like, in itself, like, I got different roles, like, certain things dissolved, which was for my better. But at the same time, like, after I had that realization, I feel like everything just started to fall apart. It made me question who I was. It made me question my beliefs. It made me question my systems. It made me question my parenting. It made me question if I was even on the right track for what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? So when sometimes we don't ask for the transformation, God gonna say it's your time to transform. That's what this year was.
When you started questioning all of those things, how did you come out on the other side of that? Like, especially when you getting into your beliefs and your parenting and you questioning those things, like, what made you find your grounding in that? Because you did talk about that too. You were saying you're doing a lot of meditation now. You looking to be a lot more centered now.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been meditating, even I ain't been working. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I know it was something was going on with this year. Cause like, been meditating, that ain't been working. Just like, you know, like when you in like a weird space, I feel like everybody, well, I don't know if everybody, I do, but like I got like rituals that'll get me back in sync, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'll go down my habit of rituals, none of them shit was working, you know what I'm saying? So like, in short, it wasn't until I really surrendered to where stuff started to get better. But I was too focused on trying to make things what they were instead of accepting
what it really was.
Yeah, and what God had to come. And like sitting in it ain't feel good. Like I ain't gonna lie. That's why I felt like I had to do this shit, cause I don't be liking how people will like, well, I can't blame them, you know, but like if you put yourself out there to be like this strong person and people don't really see your flaws, I mean, they can only go off what you put out there, you know what I'm saying? But I just think like come to a point where people just, you don't allow people to know you for real, and to know that like, yeah, I call myself Diamond General. Y'all call me Diamond General too, because, I mean, I'm the baddest diamond in the lane, you know what I'm saying?
Talk your shit.
But at the end of the day, I feel like that shit all ego.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to always rep it because that's who I am, but, like, sometimes we get caught in that ego of things, and sometimes we won't let that shit go. That shit had me messed up this year, you know what I'm saying?
You had an ego death this year.
Ooh, you said the right word, because that ego death, yes.
How was that process like? Because just like you said, you don't like to sit in it. If you anything like me, it's like, in the beginning, I've gotten used to it now, but certain things you had to forcefully accept, man, bruh.
Yeah. I'm talking about going from shit being norm, like you going out of town, like out the country, just norm, to where it's like, now you gotta think about it. And then, shit, to be honest with you, that's even a luxury tier, you know what I'm saying? How about we talk about, like, shit, you used to having your kids the week you have your kids, and the norm would be, you know what I'm saying, what y'all do, like, you can't even do that, you know what I'm saying? So if you can't even do that, it's like you start to question, you know what I'm saying, who you are, just like, it just get that deep, you know what I'm saying, where it's like, God literally, like, separate me from money, relationships, family, shit, my businesses, my van, shit, he broke my van down, my car, you know what I'm saying? Just like everything was happening like a synchronized destruction way, if I would, you know what I'm saying, put it how I saw it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I literally had to question who I was after a while, like this year, right here.
Boy.
Yeah, that shit got deeper than the ocean.
Oh, man. Yeah. Dog, the work truck went down.
Man, the work truck went down, man. Like, goddamn. Like, you know what crazy thing about it is? I'm going to tell you about the work truck. Crazy thing about it is, y'all better watch what y'all say out your mouth. I'm going to tell y'all something. I would always say very vaguely that, like, I didn't want to be, I said, by the time I'm 33, I don't want to be in this work truck. I want to be in something different. Listen, you better watch what you say, all right? Because I'm 32, and the work truck went down, and you know what I'm saying? Like, to the point to where I ain't asked for it to go down. And that, you know, like, yeah. We got to be careful what we speak out our mouth. That's another gym. Like, words are powerful.
Yeah,
but the work truck went down, and I ain't going to hold you. The work truck went down.
And the car, too?
Man, the car. I got a mobile business.
And then you got the churn, you got to go to school and thing.
All in synchronicity.
Oh my gosh.
I said, God, why you play me like that?
What was going through your head?
God, why you play me like that?
Oh my gosh.
I ain't gonna lie, I guess, like, man, it's like, I'm a logical person, spiritual too, so like, you know, as things started to happen, it was like, okay, you know, I need to acknowledge something, I need to tighten up somewhere, but like when stuff kept falling, that's when the questioning came.
Because you were saying everything wasn't working, and this was around this time?
Man, nothing was working, I'll say all year. And the part that I started, where I started to get real like frustrated at, is I questioned, I was like, all right, I said, so God, if you see me intentionally trying to run in my purpose, and I said, you intentionally see me, I'm like, dang, God, I said, you got a problem with these kids like going to the school or something? I'm like, you clear as day see these kids getting fed off of what I'm doing. I ain't gonna lie, I cursed God out a couple of times. I keep it a buck because it was like I was so angry because I wasn't understanding. And in this moment that like I had really got frustrated, I walk in my kid's school. One of the little boys recognized me and been like, hey, I remember you at the school, XYZ ABC. Now, I be ready to fuel them kids back up. You know what I'm saying? God did not allow me to do that based off the circumstances that you are presenting to me this year. Why are you doing me like that? So it's like, I'm literally, because you know, everybody people ain't gonna run in their light for one, and people not pure. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm purely trying to do this for the kids. Like, I get gratification because the kids are tell me, like, when I come in there, it'll be like they don't know what they want to be, but once they see my presentation, now some of them want to be authors. Now some of them want to be illustrators. Like, them the stuff that fill me up. So the fact that, like, God wasn't even allowing me to have that, I ain't been asking for no money. I ain't been asking for nothing else. You know what I'm saying? I'm just asking for that. Like, the fact that he couldn't give me that, man.
Ego death.
Come on.
It was some things that had to die for whatever reason at that particular time, and like you had a tower moment. Everything just came crashing down on you, bro.
Everything.
So what picked you back up? What got you back going? Because if the work truck going down, the car going down, how was you even able to work and make money?
I mean, it's always a way to maneuver. You know what I'm saying? So I was maneuvering how I needed to maneuver. But to answer your question, how stuff started to turn around, it's like, man, I had to surrender. Like, I had to, like the word is surrender. The word of the day is surrender. Everybody.
Word of the day.
Surrender. Like, I had to surrender. Like I told you earlier, I was trying too hard to stay in what I knew. And God was trying to push me into what he wanted me to become. And I had to surrender that. Like, it was going to get weird for a minute. It was going to feel abnormal for a minute. This was going to be, in so much words, new life for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But I had to surrender to it. It's to when stuff started to, you know what I'm saying, do what it had to do.
What does that look like, surrendering at that time? What is that? And what, in the moment, how did that look? In the moment, you're like, okay, I'm surrendering. How did that look? What were you doing? When did you know, like, this is me surrendering? And did you know you were surrendering at the time?
I knew I was surrendering when I chose to have a good day despite not knowing what was going on in my life. Like, I had to accept that this the amount of money you have right now. I had to accept that, like, this is the way things are going right now. I had to accept that, like, these people are gone. I had to accept that, like, these contracts are gone. I had to accept that, like, your new book is not going to come out when you want it to. I had to accept a whole lot of stuff. And it wasn't until, like, I sat in that. And even sitting in that, even sitting in that, I thought that the breakthrough was gonna come, like, you know, like that. Even that is still, I don't know. I guess God go through a period of like, all right, this is what you say, but like now it's time to prove it. So even that stuff still didn't get better. But you know, I had to surrender, and I think the takeaway that I want people, if anything, to know is that any battle that you're facing, like, it's dead ass on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that God isn't our enemy, and I think that God is love. And I feel like sometimes the way that we interpret things based off of right or wrong, bad or good, X, Y, Z, is to why we see things the way we do. And it's our choice to either choose to have a good day or a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Despite. So I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like God just wanted to get my attention, but he had to get my attention to make the new identity come about. Kill the old identity, make the new identity come out, and just surrender to his will. You feel me? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, you talking about transformative, losing the work truck and the car. You talking about people in your life leaving. Now that right there, yeah, it's ego death, but then you also grieving the ego. You grieving the loss of these people in your life. You grieving all of this. How did you deal with that grief? Or have you dealt with that grief?
That's a good question. All right, let me see. So, God damn, Holly, that's a good question.
Hey, man.
Have I dealt with the grief? Oh, we saying the loss of things, or we saying the loss of people? Like which
the loss of everything. There was a lot of things that died. You said your ego had to die. You had the death of some relationships with people in your family, the death of the relationship with these contracts. How were you dealing with all of that? Because you seem like you're in your right mind today. And that doesn't always happen. People don't always come out on the other side of that. So how, if you dealt with the grief, how do you think you did? And if you haven't, how are you thinking that you will?
So I think I'm doing a good job of dealing with I need to deal with. When it comes down to like the materialistic, like the work truck stuff like that, I'm not really tripping off that because God blessed me with that work truck for probably a long time. And like I just told my little shorty the other day, like I ran it up off that work truck to like I paid what I paid for it, to like how much money like I gave that work truck a kiss when it was time to go. Like the work truck like ran it up. You know what I'm saying? So the materialistic stuff, I'm not that right there. I'm not tripping about. I'm not even tripping about the people either. Honestly, I think it just comes down to just surrendering. You know what I'm saying? Like just when you get used to things, it's hard, and we get attached to things. It is hard to let go, but you just have to realize that this is a version of you that got you through this phase, you know what I'm saying? But like this version ain't per se gonna get you to the next level. Yeah, so once I kind of got that thought process, everything that needed to dissolve, I just kind of let it go, honestly, because it wasn't a part of the next season plan. You feel me? Yeah.
Yeah, because nowadays, that's really the way you gotta go. As long as you know in your mind that you're doing the right thing, you know what you're doing it for, you know why you're doing it,
yeah,
and you still finding a way to make it happen. You just kind of gotta go with the flow. That's really what it is. Some people call it not swimming upstream, because some people will swim upstream, meaning like you going the harder way. Why are you making it harder for yourself to go in this direction? You swimming upstream, like you tiring yourself out. You can't really get nothing done that way.
Yeah, but see, that's it. It's the ego. It's habits. It's our upbringing. Like sometimes it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like the individual mind fault. It's the things that like we've been acclimated to. Sometimes I had to learn that. Like I had to go back to like family roots and break some of that trauma for myself. You know what I'm saying? I even had to like acknowledge some family in this area. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like for the most part, it's transformative in a lot of ways, but I think that at the end of the day, if you don't surrender, you will continue to go through the fire. I call it like, you know what I'm saying, the fiery forest. I actually wrote, there's a book on the way. I haven't dropped it yet, but this year been so transformative that I'm going to come up with like a book. They're going to be like kid content or kid type of level, but it's going to be called something like the fiery forest. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through the fiery forest. And if God allow you to get through that fiery forest, you're going to come out how you need to on the other side.
Snatchy and his friends gonna come through the fiery forest.
Snatchy and his friends coming. Grammy got a story. She gonna tell her stories like she normally do to Snatchy and his friends, and best believe it's gonna be another banger for the streets.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Listen, is there anything else that you feel like you need to say? Anything you need to get off your chest and let the people know before we gotta part our ways? I know you gotta.
Man, I'm gonna say this. It's not about me. It's dead ass about y'all. Like, I only wanted to do this so I could speak to the people that people look at as a strong person. The people that don't really get a check-in, you know what I'm saying? The people that, like, they gonna call you first. You feel me? Like, I really wanted to do that for us people because I'm one of them and I care about y'all too. And we need to know that, and we need to know, for one, that sometimes it's okay to say that you're not okay. And I think the next thing would be for simply for us to know that we don't have to be there for everybody, if our cup isn't filled. Like, there's not a lot that we could do for people if we not filled. And I don't know about y'all, but a lot of my childhood trauma comes from like just not wanting to inconvenience people. That's what made me a grinder. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad gave me allowance when I was like, I don't know, 11 or 12 or something like that. And the fact that like I took it to go get a haircut, he gave me another 20. And like for a kid, I mean, I guess a lot of people wouldn't think about that, but automatically like I took that as an inconvenience, you know what I'm saying? So that's what made me the grinder. But on the bad side of it, it made me feel like sometimes receiving is an inconvenience for people. So like we gotta understand too, like even us being a strong people that most people will turn to, it's okay to receive love, it's okay to receive help, it's okay to ask for that. And don't feel ashamed to do that, you know, because we need to do it too. So I really did this for my strong people, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people see me on social media and they'll see like effortless motion, you know, but I'm trying to let y'all know that it's not effortless motion. And some people might wear it well, but y'all gotta understand that like everybody got a battle they gotta go through, and y'all gotta just acknowledge. But this chapter really taught me the next word of the day is compassion. Like we gotta have compassion for each other. Like sometimes we don't know what each other going through, you know what I'm saying? Like even that person at the red light that might flick you off or that might curse you out, like man, sometimes you don't even gotta jump at it because you just don't know what people going through. And I honestly thought that I was like bulletproof to depression or something. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, that shit got me this year. And it got me good too. It got me to a point just to transform. So man, it got me to the point to hit Harley up and say, man, I need you. Cause Harley my West Soldier, you know, we from West Ashley, you know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody better that I'ma call to say, come on and let's do this exclusive.
Let's talk.
So you know what I'm saying? The pain got me hitting Harley up. The pain got us on this podcast right now. And the pain got me talking to y'all just to try to say a message to make sure that y'all get, you know what I'm saying, what y'all need to get. So the pain did what it had to do. And I want y'all just to know everything will be all right. Strong ones, y'all stay up for sure. Y'all hold everybody up because we need y'all. They need us out here. Keep the faith and keep the light shining. That's all I got to say.